Nugent. Now Lawrence flicks it back straight to Anderson. Anderson trying to get on the left foot, gets in a hand pass. Caught was Bickley. Jarman brilliantly. Further afield to Visca. Now Smart. Smart up in the air to half forward. Bone will come from the back with Ayres. It's a loose ball. Who's going to sweep on this? It's Langford, and Langford brings it to the centre of the ground.
Condon spoiled it for the Crows then. Holding the ball.
The Crows have got to do something. They're just a little bit heavy up forward. Maybe worthwhile getting David Brown onto the ground.
That one against Visca. Oh, kick by Deere is just almost up and down the one spot. Punch by Jarman. Comes to the front. Oh, terrific hand pass. Comes to Wiedemann. The hand pass came away from Visca, who tried to make up for it. Punch down to Smart. Hand pass back. Tregenza wide for Modra, and he marks about 35 metres out. Pretty wide out. Unmarked is Wiedemann. The angle no better, and Wiedemann only about 10 metres closer.
Yes, and Randall Bone has come off the ground. David Brown getting a run up there. It was fairly obvious that they just weren't getting any crumbs up there. Adelaide has responded.
The kick by the Weed is a goal. Well, they're happy over in Adelaide, and they're happy here at the MCG, those Crows fans. The man from Fish Creek gets his first goal of the finals.
Yes, and a very important moment too. Very difficult player to match up, as we said before. So much strength, so much speed, very unpredictable, almost like Gary Cowton of the old days.
Go back to the centre. Adelaide 8-6, Hawthorn 4-5. It's been Adelaide's quarter. Greg Deere grabs it out of the ruck. A quick kick. It's towards half forward. Lawrence shoved out of the way. McDermott playing a magnificent game. So is Liptak. So is Anderson. Anderson a quick kick. To Brown. Brown. Quick hand pass. Tony McGuinness onto the left foot. And he finds Nigel Smart.
Anderson's had 16 possessions to date on the wing. And he is really just killing Hawthorn through the middle of the ground.
Nigel Smart from 60 metres brings it in towards the pocket. Greg Deere is Aaron Modra, and a free kick for a push in the back will go to Greg Deere. He plays on to Langford. Langford, no one leading for him. Now Lawrence finally off the ground, and not before time. I'm not being hard on Lawrence.
Yes, you are.
But it was obvious early in the piece as we see Jarman in towards half forward. Well, I suppose I am, but it's...
You're being tough.
I think you're being fair, though.
Well, it's fair. As we see Baxter in towards half forward, it's thumped over the line, but a free kick for too high on John Platt.
Well, Alan Joyce isn't renowned for his overuse of the interchange. He does tend to use their interchange players as 19th and 20th men.
Dunstall from behind, what a mark!
And if ever there was a man for the crisis, it's this man on screen, Jason Dunstall. Just when all things were looking glum for the Hawks, up he bobs with mark of the day today. There's Chris McDermott looking like a stepladder, cops the boot right in the small of the back. That'll be painful tomorrow, but less so if they win.
Dunstall's kicked one. Hawthorn's kicked just one goal in this quarter. They really need this. A goal. And there were even some Hawk fans brave enough to go to McDermott's pub over in Adelaide. They were happy with that.
Yeah, Scott Lee coming onto the ground as we see the mark and the conversion. Of course, Jason Dunstall's had a pretty good record against the Crows. He's had kicked 9 and 8 in his 2 games versus Adelaide this season. He's kicked 8 or more goals on 5 occasions. One of the great champs of the league.
Interesting, Jared. With Lawrence coming off the ground, Adelaide have immediately replied by taking off Pittman. McGuinness to half forward, cheeky and smart, having a terrific battle. There's Paul Cooper thumping it away. Wiedemann, oh look at the pace of Wiedemann. Cooper's there harassing him, and eventually it's forced over the line.
Well, it really is the first punch and counter punch by the coaching panel. Thought Alan Joyce was a little bit late in responding, as you've been calling for all day, Peter. But Scott Lee's the man for the moment, just to be able to pick up the quickest Crawford.
Crows Crows by 19 points. The kick by Ayres. Bad bounce for Jarman. Baxter the hand pass to Deer. Hawthorn can mount something here. The kick by Deer into the hole. Dunstall interfered with, but still takes the mark.
Well, this is where he's got the advantage over Jamison. Jamison can perhaps go with him for pace, but when it comes to a one-on-one wrestle, Macca, there's not many defenders strong enough to go with him.
Well, you're talking about one of the superstars of the game, Gerard. He's a great player. Look at that.
Well, it was a free kick anyway, but so good is Dunstall, he ended up taking it.
Well, he's the player that Adelaide have to hold because he's the key to Hawthorn.
Just a sensational mark. Dunstall for goal number 3. Warmed up for the finals with 10 last week in Brisbane. But this one gets away to the right. That's uncharacteristic.
And speaking of coaching counter punches, I think Hawthorn will have to look at their defensive position. With Brown going onto the ground, he's matched up now with Gary Ayres, and there's a mismatch in pace, no question.
So this is Rodney Jamison. Will be relieved that Dunstall missed that one. Jamison to the half-back line. Wren versus Deer. Deer thumps it down. Oh, strong tackle on McGuinness. Taken away by Jarman. Jarman to half-forward. Over the back is Wiedemann. Well played by Wiedemann with strength. He's got back up support. A lovely hand pass comes out to Bickley. And Mark Bickley races into goal and puts it through. Well played, the Crows. As again, they kick clear by 4 goals.
Well, Peter, I know we should never write off the Hawks, but boy, do the Adelaide Crows look superior in a lot of aspects at the moment, particularly running speed through the middle of the ground. You'll notice that David Brown immediately has asserted his ascendancy over Ayres there, getting the ball to Bickley, who's sprinting away and getting plenty of the ball also.
Graham Corn seemingly always with a furrowed brow, even when the Crows are leading. They lead 60 to 36. It's a handy break over the mighty finals experienced Hawthorn. Nugent hasn't had any finals experience. He goes off the left boot. It bounces up all right for Gowers. He goes for goal and kicks a ripper. Well, they scored that goal within about 20 seconds of the centre bounce.
Yes, that's a reply they needed. They need a couple more of them also. You'll see Chris McDermott just slipping over, as we've seen players do at this ground consistently this season. Nugent getting the ball out. McDermott goes to ground, just leaving Gowers a little bit of space. It was a difficult goal in the end, and he did well.
So back to the centre, the margin 18 points. Deer and Wren. Wren wins that one. They race that. Jarman took his eyes off the ball, Darren Jarman. Ayres smothered off his boot. Lip tack has been fantastic. Gets it into Brown. Still at half-forward. Tregenza drops it. They race in after it. It comes out to Jarman, and the umpire said a throw.
Meanwhile, Tony Hall's been pushed out to centre half forward. Not surprising. That's allowed Jason Dunstall to get his hands on the football.
Well, Darren Jarman, back to the centre a moment ago, just forgot about the ball, went past the ball, try and iron out the Adelaide player. That is a cardinal sin of football. As we see David Brown from 55 metres set it up in front of goal. Big Renner's there, but coming across the front is Jenke. He's a good finals player, Ray Jenke.
Good battle between he and Smart.
And he's forgotten all about that depressed fracture of the cheekbone. And we thought he might line up today, Ray Jenke, in the mask. Here's Langford. Over half-back. Hall a long way down the ground, and he clears a path for Taylor. Taylor across the half-back line. This is great play by the Hawks. Cooper can go for a run. Wren, the only man in the vicinity who can go for a chase. Not a great kick by Cooper. And a terrific mark taken back there by Visca as it just bobbled over the head of Platten. McGuinness. Good take by Condon. Quickly off to Hall. Looking a bit sharper now. The kick by Hall. Long to the goal square. Dunstall at the back.